What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to give a Shadow Malamar Clodsire core a go in the Go Bad League. I feel like Clodsire is a Pokemon that I don't really like using a lot. It's a very slow and bulky pick, but one of the things about it is if you get shields down, it's a very tricky Pokemon to take down, and I think pairing it up with Shadow Malamar as a way to get shields down, as well as Golisopod, should potentially be a good idea. So let's get into the battles and see if we can get some good games with this team. Alright, we got our first game here. Shadow Malamar as our lead up against a Shadow Gyarados. Okay, very spicy pick here from our opponent. Honestly, don't really know how this plays out. I guess I have stab damage on my move, right? But Dragon Breath is also a pretty powerful attack on its own right. If I can get rid of this Pokemon, though, for my backline, that should be pretty good. And as I was saying, if I get shields down, normally Clodsire should be pretty good. But the biggest concern that I have is Shadow Gyarados, a lot of the time, is paired with a Pokemon like Gastrodon, and that could be pretty tricky for us to deal with if they do, in fact, have that in the back. I think they're at 8 right now, so 1 away from the next Aqua Tail. Okay. Don't know if I can farm this down. It looks like it's going to be really close here. I'm going to shield this just to try to get shields down, or maybe win switch advantage. Either way, hopefully that puts us in a good spot. Does not look like I can farm down, so I'll just go for the foul play. Guarantee a shield or a knockout here, depending on what they want to do. They are going to let it go. Okay, so I get a move off into the back line. Okay, well, don't love to see Corviknight. ABA Flyer, they are so weak to electric. That is insane. Maybe a bad play, but I'm going to swap in Clodsire here. Yeah, that's not a great play, because we are met instantly by a Torterra. You know, I guess I should have realized. If you're that weak to electric type damage, you've got to have some sort of anti-electric type. Man, I was hoping... I was hoping it wouldn't do this to me here. I was hoping no Torterra in the back, but... yeah, not looking ideal. Really, really good counting by them, too, right before I get the Earthquake off. Ah, man. Because even a Frenzy is going to do a lot of damage into my Golisopod. If I get a catch through, maybe I have a chance. I don't know, though. That feels like a long shot. I go for it. I guess maybe I don't get it off. Did I tap too late? That's unfortunate. I'm glad I... oh, it's a Stone Edge, too. Yeah. I feel like even if I got the catch through, we were not winning this game, unfortunately. Okay, not the best showcase in the first game, but I feel like the idea is there. They were just really mean to Clodsire, so it's not necessarily Clodsire's fault we lost that one. It's my opponent's fault for triple countering it. But it's fine. We're not going to see ABA Flyer again, surely. Although we're fighting someone named Togekiss, so maybe we will. Malamar into... okay, Shadow Drifblim. That is not a Togekiss. My backline's actually a little bit soft to this, and what I'm kind of worried about here is, like, what if they just shield through us, can they? Because that could be pretty bad. Yeah, looks like they can if they want to. But normally when you have a Drifblim, you have ground types in the back, which isn't necessarily great for my Clodsire, but maybe that's going to be a little bit better for my Golisopod. Alright. They're at 7 right now. I don't think I can, like... can't give the farm down over. But what I hate here is they're likely going to play it really smart, but also really annoying. Build up to the Shadow Ball, but then likely click Icy Wind. That's what I'm expecting right now. But I think I literally have to shield either way. Okay, I'm glad that I didn't just try to call that. That could have been bad. Oh, what a play by them. They catch after 1. Okay, I guess Florges, though, is not the worst thing to see, saying my Fury Cutters do a decent chunk of damage. We'll go for the CMP here, hoping that it's enough damage to knock him out. I mean, the fact they come in Florges of all things might give me a little bit of hope with Golisopod sweeping this game, but... I mean, if it is a Mud Slapper in the back line, I'm still in a bit of a pickle with my Clodsire, right? Alright. Oh, it's Diggersby, actually. 5, okay. I mean, landing this move is pretty nice, but Clodsire has a lot of work against a lot of bad matchups to try to do. Okay, I think I got a catch there. It's so hard to tell if they, like, meant to throw that or not. We'll see what they do. Fire Punch, and they knock us out. Okay. They have another Fire Punch right now. So they're at 5. Eight. Okay, so they're at 1 right now. Okay, I mean, they're basically in Stone Edge range, right? I think they try to catch this, right? They don't actually. Okay, maybe if this doesn't knock out, not the best play by me. We'll see. It does knock out, though. And now they have to throw an Icy Wind to knock us out here. And if they invest energy in this, then I should be able to just reach an Aqua Jet with my Golisopod. And they realize that we actually are able to win this one, it looks like. Stonehead should get the knockout against the Drifblim. Yes, okay. I mean, I don't even know why I thought that was a question. It's in the yellow. We got the win, okay. You know, one thing that I've been kind of wondering about Drifblim, or Clodsire rather, is it ever worth it to try out Water Pulse as a moveset? I know Water Pulse is not the best move in the game, but like if you think about it, Water Pulse is good anti-ground coverage. Ground types are basically the biggest enemy of Clodsire. I could see it kind of being a funny idea. Maybe not the best idea, but maybe something to try out one day. Would have been good against that Diggersby. Would have been probably good enough against the remainder of that Drifblim. It'd be the same pacing as Sludge Bomb, just like significantly less damage in neutral matchups, I guess. All right. Hopefully we can win this next game. I think we're 1-1 right now, right? All right, this is not ideal, actually. I don't really have a fantastic answer to this. I'm not, like, weak to Shadow Caesar, but I'm also just not strong to it either, so we'll see what they want to do. They go instantly for a Night Slash. You can see Psywave damage does add up quite a bit, but the worst thing about this is if they get a boost, it's probably just game over, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay, good. No boost. They're at 1 right now, so they're going to be able to outpace my Golisopod. That's just how this works. Four, 5. Yikes. Not exactly the team comp that I wanted to see here. They save so much energy on Shadow Caesar, and they bank it all to wall off my energy with a Azumarill. That is a very heads-up play. Not exactly what I wanted to see right now. Is there ever a chance here? I don't know what they have in the back. I think, like, Basti is not unlikely, but I guess would you bring in Basti here? Maybe not. Maybe you bring in Azu just to, you know, wall the energy. It does make sense, but it's also remarkably annoying. All right, they're at 9 right now, so they have a player uploaded. I could swap. Is it worth it? We go for the catch. Maybe it's on a play rough. There's also a good chance that it's not on a play rough and we just take an Ice Beam or a Hydro Pump. I was honestly not thinking there was that good of a chance they'd do that. It's double water. Okay. That is remarkably bad. What a play. Hydro Pump. Okay. I kind of respect them for that, actually. We land the Stone Edge. That's like the first good news of the game. 11. All right. Yeah, this is so bad. This is so bad. Because they have a Hydro Cannon, and they're only 4 away from their next, so they might even get to another move after this. But, like, even if they don't, I don't know what I do. That Shadow Caesar has so much energy on it. I have to get a farm down here, first and foremost. And that's going to be a tall order, actually. Swap back to Azu. I have to throw this. Because they have the Ice Beam, and they have a Night Slash right now. I have an Aqua Jet loaded in the backline, but I feel like with the amount of HP still remaining on that Feraligatr, they likely have us pinned. And honestly, I probably just get Bullet Punched down here, right? I doubt I survive long enough to do much. They come back in Gator, then maybe there's a sliver of a chance, but no, they, why would they do that? That would be a really bad play. Yeah, this is not looking good. Night Slash gonna draw our final shield. They probably just Bullet Punches down, even. They actually don't, but, like, that's semantics at this point, because they can just shield this, and then Night Slash my Golisopod. I don't win CMP. And even if I did, I think that Feraligatr in the backline would be just a little bit too healthy to Fury Cutter down. Really tricky matchup here. I mean, the team makes sense that they used, right? Although it is, like, a little bit soft to a Mud Slapper. Like, specifically a Mud Slapper, like, I don't know, Shadow Haywhack in the lead, that could put in a dent against their team. They don't really have a good ground resist. But aside from that, I mean, 2 water types makes sense with a Shadow Caesar there, so not the most ideal for us in that game. But I feel like we can try to keep on going. Shadow Caesar is such an annoying Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that, it's not like I forget about it, but I always just hope people don't use it because, you know, it is very hit or miss sometimes. All right, another kind of tricky lead here. And the worst thing about this is I am actually just ABA weak to this. But they're staying in, letting us get a lot of Fury Cutter damage against them. That might just put them into foul play range later on, maybe just Stone Edge too. Night Slash likely being thrown right now to chip us down a little bit. They must not have a great answer to Golisopod. Well, they actually do. Wow. Okay, what kind of teams were you fighting right now? A single Annihilate into the Greninja Bastiodon core. You know, maybe I'm running the wrong team here. That is crazy. At least my energy still goes somewhere, right? That's like, you gotta look at the positives. My energy is not doing nothing. Small wins. 6. Alright. I gotta come in Clodsire here, I think, and just drain the energy. Like, make him go for flamethrowers against us. I wouldn't be surprised if it's their own Clodsire in the back. And if that's the case, maybe Energy Lead here could win us the game. But I need a lot of energy to have a decent chance to win this one. I mean, I'm over 100 energy, but I literally have to be. What I'm going to do here is try to swap and get an energy lead. Maybe I can stall the clock out long enough here to bring back in my Clodsire and Stone Edge something at some point. Obviously, Night Slash, they threw after 2, but I have to throw this, or I have to shield this, rather. I need to keep my Malamar around. At this point, I'm fine if they no-shield and survive, because I don't know, I just need this out of the way. But they probably do shield, right? Yeah. Okay, good counting by them. Throwing right before I get my next foul play. And they Hydro us here, actually. That's not terrible, but again, it's gonna be an interesting endgame. Oh, what a catch by them. What a play, actually. Teams are something right here, aren't they? An Azu Greninja core. Alright, so I need to force them to throw energy pretty early on here. And then I need to farm this down with my Malamar. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, man. These teams are crazy. These teams are absolutely crazy. I survive an Ice Beam, but not enough. Like, I need to be able to sidewave this down, then I could double Superpower and win the game that way. It was actually remarkably close. That catch definitely won them the game. Like, them catching the Stone Edge there. Really heads-up play, but, like, I kind of had to do it. I had to try. I had to get rid of that Greninja. Really tricky teams. Not quite the showcase I wanted it to be just yet. Okay, you know, finally, we're getting a bit of a break here. We get the Cradilly lead, and that's playable. I'm going to go straight for the superpower here. Might be a bad play, but I feel like at this point, guaranteeing either a shield or a massive amount of damage is not a bad idea. We get a shield, okay. They're going to debuff us again, which is sad. But I'm going to bring in... Oh, I was going to swap in Gliscott. I can't even get a 0-turn swap. That's crazy. Alright. This is really annoying that I didn't get a 0-turn swap there, because I don't know if I can get to 2 X-Scissors now against them. But they probably also just swap. Okay, they do. But they probably still have to throw some energy here before I get to a second Aqua Jet. And I do have my Clodsire here as a pretty decent answer to Dedenne. I say pretty decent as if it's not like the best answer in the game. I should just be able to Poison Sting this all the way down. I wall the energy pretty hard. But I am concerned about like a Mud Slapper in the back line, because they are pretty soft to a Clodsire so far. 6, 7. Okay, so they throw the move here. Maybe a Play Rough. I mean, I would assume it's a Play Rough. It would be kind of weird if it wasn't. Yeah. If they save a Play Rough, that's a pretty good play. They throw energy here, so they're not saving their Dedenne necessarily. But the Play Roughs have put us below half HP, which is actually kind of impressive, saying I'm supposed to resist everything they're throwing. Is it a Gastro in the back that I just have no play into, or what is it? Ooh, I probably should have gone for Earthquake here. Kind of a smart play by them. They're just going to sacrifice this, and then probably use their final Pokemon here to sweep the game. That's just an Azu. That's all it ever is. Oh, man. Clodsire was so strong in this game. It was unfortunate that I invested shields early. Yeah, Malamar. I'm trying to invest too much in Malamar, I guess. I want to get shields down, but my opponents aren't shielding. At least not twice. I need them to shield twice, and then maybe there's a chance for us. I'm just in Ice Beam range. I want alignment too, because I just need to. I need damage, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. They got us here. They got us good. If I could swap in a Play Rough and I catch a Play Rough, I could see that being a win condition. Guys, this is not going well. This is really not going well right now. I figured this team would be a little bit better than this. But I see some flaws in it. I'll be honest. I see a few flaws in it. I see a lot of flaws in our opponent's teams too, though. Like, for example, that last time we just fought, single Shadow Caesar probably sweeps it. But we don't talk about that. We keep on going. We keep on trooping. 1-4, not a great start, but every 4-1 starts with a 1-4. So we'll bounce back here. And see, this is playable. We see the ground water type in the lead. Clodsire does want to avoid this if possible. And Shadow Sidewaves do add up quite a bit. 6. Alright, they're not baiting a Stone Edge here, which is kind of nice. But the tricky thing is, Shadow Quagsire still does do quite a bit of damage, so an Aqua Tail will put us pretty low. Okay. We'll just bring in Clodsire here as a way to get some shields down. If they want to, maybe they can 2-shield through us. And probably going to be a fly. Oh, they Brave Bird. Interesting. Kind of surprised by that, but it also is like, I respect that. Maybe they just let this go, though. They try to farm us down with Quagsire. Yeah, okay. But I can probably get an Earthquake off here. Unless they throw energy. Alright. What do we think the final Pokemon's going to be? Let that go? Okay. I don't want to reveal my third Pokemon just yet, but Corviknight is not the best thing for me to see. I'll be blunt. But maybe I can get to 2 Aqua Jets against them. But if they farm us down here, that could be bad news. They double shield that? Okay. Kinda wish they didn't. I have 2 shields, but they have so much energy. If they don't boost with the first Air Cutter, then the next one won't knock us out. I think that's how this works. We'll see. Maybe I'm lying. I could just be making stuff up right now. They have so much energy here. I don't even know if I get to 2 Aqua Jets. Air Cutter. No boost again. Okay, I think I need to maybe no-shield the next Air Cutter. I don't know. Just tell me 2 Aqua Jets are enough. It's gonna be close. I gotta shield this. Air Cutter basically knocks us out anyway. If they get to another one, they win the game either way. Could try to go for a catch here, but my counts are so bad right now. Okay, good thing we didn't go for a catch. We actually just land the move. But where's my fast move pressure against Corviknight? I have Fury Cutter, I have Poison Sting. Either way, it's not looking good. Okay, hold on. We might get an arbitrary catch-off. That could potentially help. Honestly, I might have Poison Stung this down. Either way. They undercharge for good measure. Do they have another Air Cutter is the big thing, though. They do not. And we actually win that game. Okay, we made that one maybe a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. But we were able to win it there. That was, Double Flyer. Quag Double Flyer. Okay. That's a cool team. Big Shadow Quag fan here. Only issue with it is Mudshot's not a good move. I wish they'd kind of buff it. I mean, it used to be a really good move, but power creep in this game has kind of gone off the rails, where it used to be a really good move, and now it's just kind of not. It's just a product of its time. Goodra, okay. This will be interesting. Because Goodra is going to outpace us. Is not ideal, but it's also, like, it's not going to have a lot of damage against us. Okay, Aqua Tail lands. It does a decent chunk of damage. I don't know what's going to be in the back with a Goodra lead. It could be a lot of things. They no shield? Okay. I think I'm going to shield and farm down. And see if that is a good idea. Okay, they let us get a farm down. That's nice. 2. They'll get 3 mud slaps. I almost said mud shots. No, mud slap is the move Gastrodon uses. Let that go. I probably should have tried to go for DRE there. I just, like, resigned my fate of not getting it. Talonflame in the back. Yikes, okay. So Golisopod's pretty good here, but down shields, not as much. A flame charge, okay. I don't know if we can win this one. I need to survive the fly. If I can survive this, maybe there's a chance. Well, I think if I survive this, I win, but we'll see. Will they flame charge again? Well, we definitely survived that then. And I think the best thing about the flame charge, the second flame charge, is now they're going to be 3 away from their next move, right? It's not just going to be 2 away. So I should just outpace an Aqua Jet. Yeah, and this, I would assume, knocks out. It's a pretty strong move. Aqua Jet's super effective against Talonflame as well. As long as this knocks out, especially, like, yeah, now it's just Gastro down a shield. Okay, Clodsire actually put in some work against that Talonflame. Not the standard moveset, though, probably, that we are used to seeing. I kind of wonder if that Talon was on, like, Brave Bird Flame Charge or something. Or if they just thought the fast move pressure was going to be more key in that game. Alright. Well, they got the win there. Goodra's a really cool Pokemon. But yeah, you can see the charge attack pressure not quite as high on Goodra as it is on Malamar, but outpacing us and winning the Zero Shield matchup is actually a pretty heads-up play from our opponent in that game. Alright, got another match here. Love not having Q times. It's a rare thing. Alright, Malamar into a Greninja. Okay, this is the thing we don't want to see. One of the things we don't want to see, I should say. Okay. So, one thing that I'm noticing about these Greninja teams is they don't respect anything. This is so weak to electric. That is absolutely unhinged. I don't know what to do. Like, I kind of need to get shields down. I think that's going to be the big thing, is at least try to get 1 shield from my opponent. And no boost is always nice to see. They should be at 9 here. I think that was a CMP. And if we can get shields down, maybe there's more play for our team in the back. I could also no-shield this, but I feel like a no-shield here might be a little bit risky. because then I'm really just banking on getting the farm down against them. Whoa, they catch on Greninja? Little do they realize I'm more scared of this Greninja than I'm that Corviknight. I can just shield this farm down, get my energy back. They have an air cutter loaded, right? I have to keep that in mind. Can you get the boost? Why wouldn't they? If that Corviknight comes back and I have to Aqua Jet it, I think I'll just Aqua Jet anyway. Like, I don't trust my reaction time right now. It's 2 in the morning. Okay, they actually just bring in their final Pokemon here. It's a Cradilly. Yes. I'm gonna bring in my Clodsire. Because it's probably just worse against that other guy, the Corviknight. 7, so they're at the Grass Knot now. I know sometimes you Rock Tomb in this matchup to make it so I do less damage. I wonder if they do that here. No, they just Grass Knot. Okay. I'm fine if they catch an Earthquake. Because, I mean, I also want that Corviknight gone. Or... they shield. 5, 6, 7. They're 1 past the move right now. And they still have an Air Cutter loaded on that Corviknight. Maybe I should Stone Edge here, honestly. Like, what if they shield that and then, like, outpace our Malamar? I think that's fine. I mean, if they don't payback us here, we survive. Okay. I'm gonna, like, undercharge this myself a little bit and see if maybe I can farm this down. Oh, okay, I can't quite. But they need 2 attacks against my Malamar, and then they probably need an attack against my Clodsire to knock us out. No, I can't speak. Knock us out as well. They don't debuff? Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. If they can't one-shot us here, I guess they need way too much energy, and they need way too much HP. Not gonna happen there. So we get the knockout. We guarantee a positive set. Okay, I didn't know how we were doing. I thought after the first set, I was a little bit worried that maybe we'd be in a bad spot here. But luckily, I mean, as long as we win one of the next 2 games, we're going to be able to at least guarantee an even day. If we win them both, it'd actually be positive. But that's a good way to jinx yourself, I guess. Don't talk about a positive day until you get it. Bit of a Q time on that one, but we got our next opponent. Let's see. Shadow Malamar into a Shadow Kanto Marowak. Okay. Well, I mean, the good thing about this is I can get rid of the Mud Slapper, likely, so my Clodsire doesn't have to deal with it. They could shield this, they could let it go. If they let it go, then I can win the 2s. If they shield, then they probably shield twice and farm us down. Let's see what they do. They do shield, makes sense. I can just barely outpace here. Alright, big foul play. Likely gonna see a shield. I feel like they wouldn't shield once if they weren't just in this for the long haul. Yeah. I don't think they can slap us down, just barely. Okay. We go for the superpower just in case they catch on something. And we want a bit more raw damage. And I mean, that's a good idea. It's a good thing we did that. Because now that does do a bit more raw damage to this thing. I can bring in my Clodsire here. AVA ground, man. Okay. I survive a Mud Bomb. I'd survive 2 even if I wanted to take it. But I don't really. I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. Knock him out here. We're going to see that Marowak come back in almost certainly. Smart play for them to stall the switch clock, because now they can swap out if they want to. They don't have to stay in this matchup if it's something they don't feel is ideal for their game. Wouldn't be surprised here necessarily to see a bait. But they don't. They just want to shield. Okay. Dusclops. Okay. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. Clodsire is in a little bit of a precarious spot. but Shadow Punch is not the strongest move in the game, and Aqua Jet is a pretty efficient attack. I'd rather next move here in one more Hex, that is. Alright. I can swap here, I guess. But Dusclops is still decently healthy, and I don't like that. And Marowak is still around, too. They could swap here, potentially. Okay, if I can farm this down with my Golisopod, this could be some wiggle room. Can I farm it down and get enough energy? I can. Okay. I think they might have misplayed that endgame there. If they farmed us down with that Marowak, that could have been bad, or like forced us to throw that Stone Edge, and then overfarmed with their Dusclops against our Clodsire. I was kind of worried about that, but looks like they might have overthought it themselves. They just wanted Clodsire out of the way. Clodsire didn't have a lot of play in that match, right? It was double ground plus just a random Dusclops slapped in the middle, so I didn't really have a lot of wiggle room there, but I think the best thing about Clodsire is its bulk makes it so even those bad matchups can make it a little bit awkward for your opponent, but that was it was pretty awkward for me still. Next opponent, though. I think this is our 5th game in the set. We're 4-0. Can we go 5-0? Maybe not. This is the thing that we are worried about. I'm going to try to instantly swap this time into Golisopod and see what they want to do. They go for an attack here, likely just a Night Slash, saying that was 5, and it couldn't be anything else, so we'll no-shield this. Hopefully no boost. I swear, people just, like, they don't have any creativity. It's always Azu Caesar. It's never, like, Caesar, I don't know, Amoonguss. Where's the Amoonguss core? Okay, they have an attack here. Okay, well, I throw an alignment because I'm a really good player. This is kind of bad. Are they farming us down? I don't think they can. Well, maybe they can. Jeez. If I threw on better timing, maybe that wouldn't have happened. Yeah, they don't shield. No, it doesn't really matter there. They come in Clodsire, but that reveals just how weak we are into that guy known as Caesar. They just come in with it here now. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm supposed to be showcasing Clodsire. Can you not triple counter me and use, like, crazy ABA steal teams? Alright. They got us, I guess, in that game. It's an even day. An even 2 sets here. 1-4 in the first, 4-1 in the second, at least. So we came back a little bit. Yeah, maybe having an actual answer, though, to a Caesar could be a good idea. I'd like to see what they do against, like, a Corviknight with that team. Like, I guess you could say the same about me, but I beat Corviknight. I'd like to see them play against Corviknight, though. Just for fun, just to see how that plays out. But, not too bad here. We went even on the day. Clodsire is a Pokemon that, like, I can tell, like, today was a good example of why I don't like to use it. It has a lot of weaknesses. It can still play even into its bad matchups, but man, a lot of the time, it's just a Pokemon that it can feel like it struggles to even get its good matchups taken care of. But when you get shields down, it can definitely pop off, and it's a Pokemon that maybe down the line, maybe I'll try Water Pulse on it, as I was talking about earlier. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.